I hate it when you say that though, because
Do
everyone
you
else
know
is
who I
like,
am?
do you know who I am?
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
Listen, big deal. You got another problem. Women always figure out the truth. Always.
This is so nuts. I mean, listen to what you're saying. It's paranoid delusion. It's really sad. It's pathetic.
Am I? Or am I so sane that you just blew your mind?
That is the weirdest thing you have ever said.
When you want to talk sports, you ask folks who have seen it all up close. So on the Al Travis Show, we go with the guys at the end of the bench. Time to talk all things sports.
Minds blown. We got them, Dan and John, the guys at the end of the bench. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
John, when we were texting about you, make sure we all got here the day at the same time, you mentioned we have to bring up what's going down in Texas and that flooding thing. Yeah, God bless all of the people concerned, the people that are rushing down there to find these people, everybody involved. How wild is that? Send your kid to camp and then 26 foot high. I can't even imagine that.
I mean, and the fact that they're kids, like 9, 10 years old, it just breaks your heart. Yeah. I mentioned my wife and I had been down there. There's a state park along that river, Guadalupe River State Park, where we camped once.
Okay.
In December of all places, but you could do that in Texas.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the Bobcat story later, but beautiful, beautiful country. Absolutely beautiful. You haven't been to the hill country outside of San Antonio. It's just, you can drive around and it's just gorgeous. And you don't feel like it's the Texas of the movies because it doesn't look like.
Yeah.
But
Dan, your thoughts?
Oh, no, go ahead.
As I get it, there were two very large cells. I mean, they're having rain, but two massive cells, when they showed them on massive purple cells, and they're both on the inside of, if you will, a ravine, if you will, mountain on both sides, a valley, and that's where the massive, and all that water right down to that middle, and then down the river. I can't even imagine 26 feet. It's like 8 of you, Dan.
Yeah. That's just ballpark.
But ballpark and math.
I mean that's the thing that just flattens me is just the whole idea of a flood. I mean, because a flood, I think it can be that life threatening.
Yeah,
and that's where you understand that as you say, Al, to get 26 feet in how long? I mean, how long did it take to get to that?
They said less than an hour.
Yeah, and it's so just to leave people like that. Yeah, I mean, I always think of it's water. I have to run away from the water slowly creeping in, but no, it's not.
See, no, it's not creeping. But it's the weird thing about, like, I don't know, like a hurricane, right? You get weeks coming. Here comes a hurricane, and the meteorologists all the cone of certainty is whatever. They bury that. We get tornadoes here, and you literally get 5-10 minutes, and the little alarm might go off if you're in the area, and you can find 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know about a flood. It's raining a bit. Yeah, okay, it seems to be. I don't know how you stop that. I don't know if that hour is any. Where do you go? You run downhill. You got to run up. I don't know what you do in a situation like that. Not in the least. I would have no idea.
Between a strong thunderstorm, between a strong rain and a flood. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. God bless them all, and all those that are doing the work of finding those people. Terrible stuff.
Amen.
All right, from one tragedy to the next. Terrible segue. One Minnesota Twin got into the All-Star game, Byron Buxton. Ryan was not put on there. Travesty, right? Injustice. It means nothing after you start with flooding. It's like, okay, you didn't go.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what a horrible thing happened to.
It was going to be my number one story, and then we're going to talk about the flood. And it's like, it's really kind of hard to. I feel so disappointed. That's the worst problem these Twins got. Come on. Your thoughts on Ryan being next?
Yeah. I mean, clearly Ryan deserved it, and the only literally the only reason he's not is because the Chicago White Sox needed somebody. They needed
Yeah.
no, because they have their guy that Shane Smith was a Rule 5 pickup.
Yeah.
So he was the guy that the White Sox had to keep on their roster all year as a just let's see if he does something. And he's been good.
Decent.
He's been fine. He's been decent. But I mean, his stats and his overall impact is nothing even close to Ryan. But they had to give the White Sox somebody.
Be honest now.
On that team.
Yell at Major League Baseball. It is the stupidest rule ever. If you're going to have the All-Stars play, that you have to grab one from every team.
I mean, I go back and forth on that myself. I think it's okay. But
who was the Colorado Rocky guy? Come on. I don't even know.
Yeah.
No one knows.
Joe will get there. Though, because there'll be at least one or two pitchers that say that no, I can't do it, or suddenly I've got a sore shoulder, or something that there'll be. So Joe's got to be the next guy. He's got to be.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Okay, John, your thoughts on the All-Star game, which is coming up. If I'm Joe and Ryan, I'd rather have the honor of saying I was voted in. That would be nice, but I don't think I'd want to go. What a pain in the butt if you're going to walk in and pitch 3 batters. Right?
No,
I mean, that's what they're going to do. Every pitcher pitches.
I think if he gets asked, he'll go, and it would be stupid not to. There's only so many guys for so many positions, and pitchers is kind of that squishy one. I agree with Dan. He's probably the next guy in.
Yep.
His stats certainly deserve it. They argued for Duran too, but I'm a little less on him. But if I was Joe and I got the call because somebody was injured, I'd be because you never get a chance to experience it again, probably.
Okay, so he goes, but talk to me about the All-Star game where everybody gets to play an inning, everybody gets to think. This isn't the 18 best guys playing baseball. I think it's 60, right? 60 guys were picked.
I want to say it's even more than that. Is it 30 per team? That sounds. I was thinking there maybe was even more than that, but I can't.
30 per league.
Can't remember for sure.
Yeah,
per league. Yeah, that's. I think it might be a little bit, but regardless, it's not. It's an exhibition in the strongest sense of the word. It is here not to be the 9 best players against the other league's 9 best players.
Then we should just call it like it is. It's just a demonstration thing. Come on and see the bearded lady. Come on, the fat man. Come see him for 25 cents. It's not a baseball game.
Yeah. It's a leftover from the old barnstorming days when, you'd have, in the off season, players would play on these barnstorming tour teams that would that would just go around to different cities around the South, especially during the winter, just to see hey, come see Babe Ruth, come see Babe Ruth play, come and then,
on that.
So I mean that. Yeah.
On that note, I would much rather see an old timers All-Star game, which they used to do, where they bring back retired players and have them play 3 innings, and you get to see some of the greats of the past.
Yeah,
obviously, some of them don't look like they
the same anymore.
But it's always a kick to see those guys. I remember that Cracker Jack Old Timers game where Luke Appling hit that home run off, I think, Warren Spahn, and you can still find that tape on YouTube, I think, and it was just hilarious. But
what do you got to do to watch it, though? What will you do, John? They're not doing that. They're going to do this weird formula, pitcher every inning, and then everybody's going to play. So why watch it? I'll watch the home run derby for a while. I find it kind of interesting. Yeah. But it's 10 times more interesting to me than the ball game. Should the ball game be worth something? Should it be worth the home field advantage back in the day? Something to get these. No, Dan is against. No, don't shake your head right off the shoulders. Good, Dan's against that. Okay. Well, what do you do to make it important?
Because people accuse baseball of being a boring sport, which it can be at times. And I will admit, for the All-Star game, I'll probably have it on, but not be focused on it.
Yeah.
Because you'll wait for the dramatic moments. Okay. Yeah. So I won't be watching every pitch and every nuance. I'll watch it to see some of the players I want to see. And hopefully Byron will get a chance to hit and maybe field, show one or the other. And they usually say nice things about the guys because they sort of have to, but it's a chance.
Announcer's job's the worst thing. Announcer's job's worst thing ever. You got to make it entertaining. Dan, one last thing. What if it was the Americans against the World Series?
That would be, I think that could be potentially interesting as well.
The hockey people made something up like,
I do have to say the moments. Do you remember Torrey Hunter robbing Barry Bonds of a home run?
Yeah,
that was a moment. And
then Barry Bonds picks him up
and throws him over his shoulder, and they're all just laughing. I mean, it's like, oh, what a moment! That's those are the moments you look.
Yeah, that was 35 years ago. Okay, 35 years ago, that was an All-Star game. What have we done for me lately? I got to go to break. We're going to talk about your Minnesota Twins right after this on the Al Travis Show.
Braver Angels Minnesota is part of a national movement that brings together conservatives, liberals, independents, and others to restore trust, respect, and goodwill in politics. We seek not to eliminate our differences, but rather deal with them head on, with respect and understanding. We do not try to change people's views, but how they view the other side. There will always be differences. Braver Angels Minnesota believes the best way forward is to change how we deal with those differences. Join the civil conversation at mn.braverangels.org.
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc., Midwest Money Management, and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
Grateful. I'll tell you what, it was those darn Yankees. Those darn Minnesota Twins are sucking me back in. I just want to see a race for a wild card bid. So I watched the Tampa Ray game. We get the walk-off, the first one. Then the second game, they do it 2 in a row. You're like, oh, baby, this team. Then we're down. We're down quite a little bit, I got to be honest, yesterday, and I was ready to turn it off. I was in the garage just enjoying a smoke. And ready to turn it off. And what do you know? This kid gets another home run. Who is, somebody, you guys remind me, who was the dad in the Brady Bunch? Bader has his haircut. Is it Steve?
Oh, yeah.
He's gotten his haircut. Anyway, I call him Mr. Brady when he comes up. Bader comes up, hits another home run, ties his bat, and now we're there. And I'm like, baby, I'm in. I'm smoking cigars. I'm watching. Here we go. Going to sweep somebody. Then this Toby Goby guy shows up, and I don't even care. Guy starts on second base. I hate that anyway. So he gets a base hit, fine. A pitcher, this guy Dan, can throw 100 miles an hour into a catcher's mitt this big, right? But if he gets a grounder to him, now he's excited like a sixth grader. Looks like he's never thrown to first base in his life. And game over. Dan, tell me that this team isn't just trying to give me a heart attack. Oh my God.
They're trying to give you a heart attack. Yeah, that was embarrassing. I mean, it
was like he threw with his offhand. He looked like me if I threw with my left hand. It'd be like this whole crazy thing.
And the worst of it is he didn't need to rush the throw. I mean, he was in a little bit of hurry to it, but he acted like it was like it was a third baseman trying to pick up the bunt and it's like, no, relax. This is not your day job. This is not your day job. Well, that's the thing. That's why I always talk about how much time they spend during spring training on pitchers fielding practice and it makes me think back to some of the pitchers who just love fielding. I mean, we heard that about Jose Barrios. He's a guy that he just loved being. He loved throwing guys out on the bases, and that he was kind of a I can't remember who called him this, kind of a shortstop in a pitcher's body sort of thing. Yeah. But this is like, I have to pick up the ball sometimes.
I gotta throw it. John, what are your thoughts? I mean, that guy, I was so into that game. And it's like, once you saw him, it's like, really? This is what we got. It was over.
Oh, he'll be taking fielding drills this week. I can assure you that. Because they also have pickoff moves, right? Where they throw to first base. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's not foreign. Now, granted, to Dan's point, he was like channeling Royce Lewis or something. I don't know. It's like, I got to get this and make a dramatic throw or something, but come on.
Go into the stretch if you have to. Whatever feels normal, but hit the glove.
Just look at the guy. Don't worry about the runner and throw the ball at him.
But that isn't the only issue these guys have. We're not hitting with people in scoring position. We had bases loaded, and we couldn't get two hits past the pitcher. They get the bases loaded, and bingo, it's one after the next, just little droppers in the outfield, sacrifice flies. Other teams can do what we cannot.
But they may have a buyer.
What? Who? Did I miss something?
Yes, there's a possibility. Yeah,
do we know whom?
Yes, Charlie Walters was reporting this. So yeah.
Well, who's a
media source? But
who is it that we're thinking they don't have the name yet? All right,
no,
so you can get them on the cheap. All right.
But the trick is the $400 million in debt that they wanted covered. Reportedly, Major League Baseball will. Yeah, I know. Dan's shaking his head, but.
I'm shaking my head.
What's money amongst friends?
I'm shaking my head.
We only have a minute to do this. I don't want to get by without it. The Lynx are back on a 2-game winning streak. They kicked Chicago yesterday. They're 17-2, 180-75. Courtney Williams is going to the All-Star game. So there is some. It's hard to believe it's the best team in basketball. You only get one. Is this another thing where we got snubbed? Anybody know? I have no idea.
I don't know how the WNBA works for that, but that would be that's ridiculous. That seems silly.
That short little gal that we have must be point guard that changes her hair color every time I see. I just know she seems like she should be an all-star. This girl's scoring every time I watch. I don't know her name. That's really bad on me.
Yeah, the one opportunity we have to be, to be the Dodgers or the Yankees of a sport and have a third of the All-Star team be our players. No, we don't do it that way. No, Minnesota gets the shaft.
Get one. That's what you get. All right. We are out of time. John, Dan, I appreciate you guys coming on the program. We'll catch you on Friday, huh? Fair enough? All right.
See ya.
We got them. They're the guys at the end of the bench on the Al Travis Show.
Think about it. Now that school